Now at 6, one town in southwest Missouri begins cleaning up after strong storms sweep through this morning. Plus, authorities in Joplin investigate a stabbing from last night. And a Pittsburgh staple celebrates 50 years in the community.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Some home and business owners in Independence, Kansas have a mess to clean up from this morning's damaging storm. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Kenny Foreman gives us an inside look at some of the damaged property, which included the Hub Church.
After a chaotic morning, Executive Pastor Brian Norville is grateful that nobody was harmed.
Thank the Lord there was nobody in the building at the time, so everybody was safe. And so as soon as it happened, we're good friends with the businesses across the street. And so we started getting calls and text and messages. And so we were able to respond real quick.
Witnesses say the storm struck West Main Street at about 9:45 a.m. this morning, where the Hub Church appeared to take the brunt of the damage on the inside and left debris visible on the outside.
Part of our exterior roof has been taken off. A lot of damage in our foyer area, which is a large area, and so all the lights, the ceiling has been was tore out of there.
As for the rest of the city, the aftermath appears to be limited to just some property damage. Assistant City Manager David Cowan had nothing but positive remarks about the first response teams springing into action.
Our fire EMS and police responded, just again checking for life safety, making sure people were okay, making sure the buildings were secure. At this time, our Public Works, Streets Department, are working to make sure the streets are cleared, that we get the limbs put up.
And he's confident his community will come together to bounce right back.
It's a very loving and caring community. They come together. As I was doing my tour, I saw neighbors out helping neighbors, picking up limbs. When we were at the Hub Church, the church members were showing up, helping already as we were assessing the damage to get things back in order.
In Independence, Kenny Foreman at KOAM News.
Pastor Norville estimates it's going to take weeks, possibly months, to repair that church. In the meantime, he anticipates holding services at nearby locations. Obviously, the weather much calmer at the moment. Let's check in with meteorologist Austin Stantz.
Yeah, so our commute this morning was a little more active than what it is right now. Things are quiet out there. For the most part, roadways are fairly dry. You might hit a quick slick spot out there, so just be mindful on the road heading home tonight. Current temperatures, though, very mild. You might even have your window down. 65 degrees outside right now. Winds out of the south-southwest, 16 miles per hour, gusting upwards of 23. Those winds are slowly coming down tonight. Over the next 5 days, not going to see much rainfall. All of our rainfall really coming from today. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, going to be fairly quiet. Could see a sprinkle overnight Friday into Saturday. Winds going to pick back up heading into the weekend, but as we head into this evening, temperatures will begin to fall eventually here, but we're going to start to see them a little more mild for overnight hours in the low 40s. But coming up, I'm tracking our first winter weather system of the season.
See you soon. Closing arguments are expected tomorrow morning for an Independence, Missouri man on trial for 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder in Baxter Springs, Kansas. Testimony wrapped up this afternoon at the Cherokee County, Kansas courthouse in the trial of Kyle Butts. Butts is accused in the shooting deaths of 47-year-old Jeremy Murphy of Pineville, Missouri, and 59-year-old Craig Gwynn of Anderson, Missouri, and wounding 27-year-old Seth Gwynn of Pineville. All 3 were shot in November of 2022. Butts was the first to testify this morning. Under questioning, Butts admitted to the shootings, but argued that he acted out of concern for his own safety. Other witnesses who testified include psychologists who evaluated Butts from both the prosecution and the defense. A special agent with the KBI involved with the case also testified. That case is expected to go to the jury tomorrow. Joplin police are investigating a stabbing incident. The report came in last night around 6:30. The victim walked from where the stabbing occurred near West 1st Street and Pearl Avenue, but authorities say they found him nearby. He was taken to an area hospital suffering numerous wounds. You can find more details as they become available on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Joplin authorities say no one was inside this home that burned on North Maple Street last night, but it has signs of occupancy. The single-story home was heavily involved with flames when firefighters arrived. The fire appeared to start from a trailer that burned in the driveway and then spread to the home. It was fanned by evening winds. The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating the cause. The Missouri Department of Transportation looks to make improvements to Route 96 from Central Avenue to Garrison Avenue in Carthage this summer in a $15.3 million project. The work will include pavement, traffic flow safety, and sidewalk upgrades. An in-person meeting with project staff will be held Thursday, January 22nd from 4:30 to 6 p.m. at the Carthage Water and Electric Plant Community Room. Head over to KOAMNewsNow.com for more details, including options for a virtual meeting. Ron's Supermarket in Pittsburgh is celebrating its 50th anniversary. The celebration kicked off yesterday, followed by a chamber coffee and ribbon cutting today. The family-owned grocer, founded in 1976, honored its legacy with promotional giveaways, including a grand prize 2026 Jeep Gladiator. Ron's thanked the community for 5 decades of support throughout the festivities. The 50th anniversary celebration continues Saturday with a 50-foot cake. Some Pittsburgh residents hit the road for some high adventure thanks to the Parks and Rec Department. Coming up, timeless travelers on this week's Doing Good. But up first, employees at a Southeast Kansas business have begun to wonder when they'll see their next paycheck. Details coming up. Employees from Successful Dreams Support Services in Independence and Parsons, Kansas, have been struggling these past couple of months as they're expected to still work and not get paid. KOAM's Nellie Lopez talks with several employees who voiced their concerns and struggles, hoping to get answers from the owners.
January 1st of this year that we was going to get a big raise. It's finally going to make it up to us. And we come in the 29th of December without even a paycheck.
It's been a confusing time for employees of Successful Dreams.
I had never seen Roger a day in my life until he couldn't pay us.
He walked out in the middle of all of us talking to him to his truck and left, with leaving us still wondering when or if we're going to get paid.
All the staff that works at this location in Independence, at the day service, at client group homes, some of these staff need 24-hour care. And all of these staff are still continuing to do it without any money.
But it's not just about a paycheck. It's concerns from what will happen to the clients.
JCS, Donna, Maria, all of them are just wonderful people, and they're still there. They said they will not walk out on these guys.
Guardians of the clients and workers question why management has told them the money issues came from health insurance related accounts.
Back in October, that they started getting the red flags from Sunflower saying that they wouldn't pay because they got overpaid because they were billing under 2 different NPIs.
And then he was saying that Sunflower was taking money from their account without them knowing, and it's like, well, that's against the law.
What they claim are just excuses from management. Management that is also blocking employees from receiving help.
We can't get food stamps because they won't answer their calls
to the DCF offices or the Department of Labor or any other company or corporation that the state of Kansas has for situations like this. They're not even fielding any of the phone calls.
We've also attempted to call the CEO of Successful Dreams.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
I'm not here to speak as an upset employee. I'm here speaking as a disgruntled father. This entire situation is messing with my ability to take care of my family, and I don't appreciate it. As for the outcome, justice.
In Independence, Kansas, I'm Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
Staff say the last paycheck they received was on December 15th. We're going to continue to update this story as it develops. Pittsburgh Parks and Recreation launches a new travel program after senior citizens expressed interest in exploring destinations beyond their community. Timeless Travelers take seniors on a day trip twice a month to casinos, museums, shows of various sorts within driving distance. The program charges a small fee to cover gas and tickets, but grants help keep costs low for participants.
There's not much to do in Pittsburgh for seniors, as you know, and they just really want to travel. A lot of them don't drive anymore, or they don't want to drive that far. Because we go to Branson or Kansas City and sometimes even Springfield, and that's quite a distance for them. And they just don't want to deal with the traffic or drive, and sometimes we get back later in the night, and a lot of them don't drive at night.
The timeless travelers continue to expand their adventures all across the region. Tonight at 10, KOIM's Ty Parks has more on their adventures. A little bit later, the Webb City Cardinals have a tradition of winning. Ryan Blank takes a closer look at their formula for success coming up in sports.
As things calm down tonight, cooler temperatures are on the way. Just how cool, I'll let you know coming up. After an active start, things have calmed down considerably. I actually felt like Thursday was broken up into 2 different days. It felt like we had a very active start this morning with severe weather rolling through the 4-state area. But after it left the region, things cleared up and we're just gorgeous outside. We opened up the windows when I got home and just enjoyed the air that we had. And I'll tell you what, we had temperatures 70 degrees today. Now, we did get some much needed rainfall, which was good. So here in Washington County, we got just over 1.25 inches, and in Elk County got just under 1.25 inches, about 1.1 inches there, and just under 1 inch in Jasper and Barton counties across the region. So everyone saw some rainfall today, which was needed with the drought conditions we've had going on. Temperatures still very mild. Notice the wind shift line just beginning to start to move in our far northwestern counties. That's when we're going to start to see that cold front push through. Temperatures will begin falling. Give it about another hour, 2 hours, we'll start to see those temperatures fall rather quickly. Right now, temperatures still near 70 in Jay, Grove, Neosho, Anderson, Joplin at 65. Carthage, you're sitting at 65 degrees, 63 in Lamar right now as well. Overnight, temperatures going to begin falling in the 40s right around the midnight hour tonight. We'll get down to right around 40 degrees. This evening, your moon phase forecast. The moon is 68% visible right now currently in its waning gibbous phase. Temperatures will drop to around 40 degrees overnight tonight. Partly cloudy conditions. You may catch a glimpse of it if you're out there. Our next full moon, not until February 1st. It'll be a little while. So if you do catch a glimpse of the moon tonight, as I mentioned, just over half full right now. Winds throughout the evening tonight, still a little gusty for the time being, but they do calm down once that cold front passes tonight into tomorrow morning. That's not the only one, though. We have another cold front that's going to pass overnight Friday into Saturday, and winds will pick back up to near 20, 25 mile per hour gusts. Heading into our Friday, we're going to expect temperatures around 51 degrees, and overnight brief sprinkle in our far northern regions of a few flurries are not out of the question here. Let's take a look. Our upper level low passing off to our north here. Here's where we're going to kind of see that cutoff here. So Fort Scott, Yates Center, Chanute, you could see just a brief flurry float in there tonight. Some cloud cover does begin to push in on Saturday morning, but clears out as that second cold front passes. Temperatures a little bit cooler there. We're going to start our Saturday morning in the 30s, into the 40s by our lunch hour, upper 40s near 50 by 4 o'clock. Now, a quick look at your weekend. 47 degrees on Saturday, a little bit chillier on Sunday. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. So in the next 7 days, our next potential system is going to be Tuesday into Wednesday. Just a small disturbance there. Temperatures back up into the 50s heading next week. But then later next week, we have the opportunity to see our first potential winter system that could bring some accumulating snowfall to the area. So I'm keeping a very close eye on that. Models all over the place with accumulation right now. So it's too early to say how much, but definitely some snow could be in the forecast.
Find out if there's enough to get out and play.
That would be nice.
Thanks. Still ahead, the 2026 Kaminsky Basketball Classic is underway in Joplin with highlights from the early action coming up. And the Webb City Cardinals are using the power of touch to boost their chemistry. Those stories next in sports.
A key to any team's success is the chemistry they share on the court or the field. And one of the cool things about our area is that the majority of our teams have cores that have played together their whole lives. But the Webb City Cardinals, they're taking team bonding to a whole nother level. When I was at the Cardinals boys basketball practice, I saw something that I haven't ever seen a squad do. Prior to taking a break after a drill, the athletes go around high-fiving and motivating each other. Talking with Webb City's head coach Jason Horn, he detailed the origins of this tradition that dates back a couple of years ago.
We believe in the power of touch and doing what we can to make sure they're connected as a group. One of the things we like to do before we take a break is each kid gives a high five to everybody on the team, and they have to say something positive to their teammate. It just creates a bond, and they know each other better than anyone, so they know if someone does need picked up or if they're going through a struggle at that point. It's really good for our morale. It really, turned the corner for our group as far as just being connected. I look back 2 years ago, and that team seemed to do everything together off the floor, and that was just one of those little things that, helped get that going.
The Cardinals are back in action tonight in the Kaminsky Classic, taking on Life Prep in their opening matchup. Tip-off just minutes away at 6:30 from Joplin. Winter break is over, which means that high school and collegiate sports are back in the four states area, and a great way to start the second semester is with the 2026 Kaminsky Classic in Joplin. Tipping it off with the hosting Eagles taking on Francis Howell. And the Vikings, they came out firing in this one. Isadore Baugh kicks it to Lincoln Swan, who fires from deep, draining the triple, a 9-2 run to start for Howell. But here comes Joplin. A little give-and-go action here. Trent McCadney to Fred Taylor, back to McCadney, who drives and gets this layup to go. Next possession, it's Taylor cross court to TJ Willis, and his triple from way downtown is nothing but net. Joplin cuts the lead to 4. Eagles still fighting back off the missed free throw. It's McCadney with the offensive board and put back. Joplin makes it a 2-point game. Final seconds of the first, it's Willis. His pass is deflected and stolen by Swan, taking it the other way and kissing it off the glass before the buzzer to extend the Vikings' lead as Howell takes down Joplin 58-51 the final. That's it for sports. We're back with more.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. A bipartisan push for health care subsidies might be in the works. We're going to have the latest from Capitol Hill. Plus, another bipartisan effort in the federal government could limit the president's war powers in Venezuela. And we're going to have more from seniors in Pittsburgh headed out on timeless travels in tonight's segment of Doing Good. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The oldest woman in Jasper County and a dear friend of the station celebrated her 106th birthday today. Helen Hubbard celebrated the milestone with one of her close friends there. You know that guy, that's Casey Wolf. To add to the honor, Carthage Mayor David Flanagan deemed January 8th as Helen Hubbard Day. She's a great Wolf fan, she's a great Kansas City Chiefs fan, she's just a great woman. We're going to have a lot more on Helen's big day coming up tonight on KOAM News at 10. But I won't wait until 10 to say happy birthday, Helen. 106.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
You bet.
That's a big one. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, look at the forecast. It's looking good out there for the weekend. Things are dry, mild, right around average until Sunday. We get a little bit cooler. Our next chance to see a little bit of rain, we have a weak disturbance coming in right around the middle part of the week, and then I'm tracking the potential of a winter system working its way into the region.
All right. We'll look forward to getting updates on that. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.